We're live.
All right. Welcome to the 1000Bulbs.com 500 here at Talladega for the
Move.
I believe this is the fifth race of the Fantasy Cup Series Chase, coming back from an off week that we had last weekend due to a lot of stuff, including the Daytona 500 weekend. So we're back in action for tonight's race here at Talladega, and it's certainly going to be a fun one. And we've seen different winners here in the past, and last time we came here, we saw Legends, who's in the chase right now, got his first career victory in the Fantasy Cup Series, which sparked a lot of momentum for him in the whole season, allowing him to get into the Fantasy Cup Series chase. So, Connor, would you have anything to say about that?
Yes, as mentioned, our most recent winner here at Talladega, that being Legends in the number five. As you've already said, he is in the chase. He's actually was one of the best performing drivers in the regular season, along with guys like Logiped, Thunder, and Sean Ard. And he's trying to keep it up. Sure, there might have been some wrecks in the way of him trying to keep up the consistency in the chase. But he's working on trying to rebuild that. And as you mentioned, fifth race of the chase, he's still got quite a bit of time before we get to that point.
And also, you got the stream link, or
I just put in announcements.
all right, thank you. And there's also a few new schemes coming to some of these chase drivers today. Patrick Starr running the Coca-Cola colors. Sean are running the Walmart colors for the first time in the chase. Truexman running the Van Dyke recycling car. And here's Thunder. We know that he ran he sponsored the Tampa Bay Buccaneers along with Coca-Cola um, three times, I think. Daytona and I think no. Yeah, Daytona, the second race, and then I think last race he did, but this time he's got a different livery, same design, same colors and all that, but just a different color scheme. As now the primary base color turns from white to gray in day races, and he said that in the day races that this he'll be running this paint scheme. He'll run it here and also in Homestead.
Yeah, and
See
honestly,
some other. Go ahead. Sorry.
I can't wait to see Thunder's performance for the rest of these races. Of course, we know he won three races in three races in a row, actually stretching from Charlotte to Dover, and in he is in one of the spots of where he's a talk for probably winning the championship. We know he came close last season, just couldn't get it, but now I think he's pretty much in the good for trying to go for it.
Yeah, I mean he had a rough start to the chase, but right now sitting third in points after a pretty good run in a rain decided Riverside race. But anyway, welcome off. But yeah, he had a
And
rough start to the chase until he got a good finish at Riverside. Although it was you know decided on the game crashing, aka rain. So that boosted him up to third place in points after his fellow chase drivers fellow competition in the chase also struggled. So now it puts him up to third in points, only 6 points behind the leader, which would be Patrick Starr. But talking about points, it's crazy because the top nine, I think, well, not the top nine, the top six in points are separated by 9 single points. That going from Patrick Starr, the points leader, to Fnatic in sixth.
which, by the way, let's talk a little bit about Patrick Starr real quick and the team he's running for, X Factor Motorsports. About like what 1, 2 seasons ago, this team right here, what as soon as you find it, this team right here was pretty much in the back of the field, not doing much, on the at some points on the verge of probably dying. And you got this guy in here, Patrick Starr, a cup veteran, coming back full time for the first time in like a couple of seasons, And look at what he's done for the team so far. He brought them into the chase. He's brought them to the points lead, as you mentioned. He has it entering Talladega, and surely probably also held a sponsorship too. As mentioned, Coca-Cola running with him today. Can't wait to see what he can get done. And honestly, if there's any other championship contenders at the end of the season, along with Thunder, I say Patrick Starr's up there as well.
Yeah, Patrick Star, he's going to be definitely be a threat for the championship, and I don't think anybody expected this team to make as deep of a chase run as this as they did. But really, it's just all gonna come down to the last few races to decide the champion, and that's exactly how it went last season. Really, we thought Kyle was gonna be the champion, but really, it all came down to one last race to decide the champion, and really, we thought that championship swung from Kyle to Thunder, but really, Thunder lost the championship too. And guess who won the championship? Quad Kid Boy, which I don't think many people expected to win the championship, although he was kind of a favorite. But even then, Kyle and Thunder had a pretty high, way higher possibility of winning the championship than Quad did, especially since Quad had issues that race. But ultimately, Thunder not not having the best rest of the race after the late caution came out, lost the championship by 6 points. But he's still looking to rebound this season.
Yep, and you were talking about Quad Kid Boy there for a little bit, but I want to bring up somebody else. His team owner, T-Rex fan, breaking I'm pretty sure over a season-long winless streak off of that,
Win in Riverside, yeah.
off of that win at Riverside after the race got called. He pretty much dominated the whole race, almost from start to finish. We've known he's good at Riverside, so it was only a matter of time till he won there again.
And and how you know that? And now how you know that he dominated? We called the race and we went off the results at halfway. Truex fan, even if the race didn't get called at halfway, he still would have probably won the race as he had like I think a 4 second gap over Aiden Walker in the closing laps at Riverside. So really, that just shows how much of a dominant car this 56 team had, and really, I think he might be able to show it again today. But Talladega's a wild card, so you never know who's gonna win.
Yeah, and plus, well, you got to put it into consideration. That win he got, like what, 2 weeks ago, that was probably a confidence booster for him in the chase.
Now we'll go to qualifying here. And then the starting lineup. Loading was the fastest in practice. And we will go ahead and tell you guys starting lineup.
And it looks like, speed of the
Yeah.
devil. All right, so starting on the pole will be Chase Contender Moff in the number 75 CB Fabricating Chevrolet, and to his outside will be the number 78 of Quad Kid Boy. Behind them will be the 21 of Slinky, and another Chase Contender, that being the 81 of Pavo. Then it is Nikki in the 87 and Jessica in the 77. Then will be a pair of non-chase contenders behind them with Gaming Freak in the 88 and Dudes Caster Nevers in the 27. Then it will be Nickname in the 28 and Thunder in the 25. And behind them will be the 11 of Red Panda Racer and the 92 Pedro Vaquero sporting the Dollywood colors that we haven't seen in a little bit. Next up will be teammates with Chase Contender Zevel in the 74 and Watkins Glen winner Brandon Beal in the 47. Behind them,
Oh, I skipped the route. There we go.
behind them will be the 91 of Craig Poppers and possibly underdog of the season, the 45 of Quadruped. Behind them is the 19 of Ebenezer Sludge and the 8 of Outlaw. That'll be the 2 of Commander Brick, still trying to look for his first win in about a couple of seasons. And then the 68 of Zach Armstrong. Then behind them will be the number 23 of Arthur and the 24 of Josh. And it'll be Hector Daniel and Matthew Hill making the next row. And next will be the Chase Contender, Patrick Starr in the 13 and Kenyon in the 15. Then it'll be Burn It Down in the 55 and Sean Ard in the 97. Max Molina in the number 17 and in the 22 will be Patrick Miller. Then it is Landon in the 63 and Connor in the 65.
Wow,
Chase
Talladega
Cont-
stuff with him. Sorry.
Chase Contender and last race winner Truex fan in the 56 and Bailey Parker in the 4. And next up is the 93 of Ada Walker and the 54 of NASCAR Fanatic. And then it is teammates the 3 of Mark and the 33 of Loading. Then it is the 12 of Board and the 32 of Lynn. And rounding out the field will be Chase Contender and defending Talladega winner Legends and the 18 of Biz.
Yep, and starting position really does not matter here at Talladega because what matters is the race ultimately. And we're going to see who can take home the checkered flag in today's race. And Moff, I know you're with us in the booth. You're muted for some reason, but
Well, I just didn't want to interrupt. But
oh, okay, good. But welcome up to the booth. You got anything you can tell
yeah.
us here for Talladega?
Well, I was gonna say what I got here. The sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business, but no, today should be a fun race, of course, and we'll see what all happens and see who's gonna go outside the track today, if anyone does. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing we're I forgot to mention in practice, but um, do you think we're gonna see the big one today?
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, Talladega, we know how crazy this package can be in prior races. After it was changed in season 7, we know how crazy of a race in the Chase Talladega race in season 7 was, and also we had a pretty good race in last time we went here Talladega earlier in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we'll see a lot of lead changes.
Oh yeah,
Of
tons.
Yeah, of course, I think everyone has an equal chance of winning. This is the type of track where, regardless of your equipment or who you're with, you can have a chance to win this, and that's what's really special about these kind of tracks, you know?
Yeah, there's you might need to take over the green flag.
I couldn't hear you, what?
You might need to take over.
Okay. Alright, so the pace car about to dive on the pit road. We have 42 cars on hand here today.
Y'all ready?
Yep. So
Just came
now,
off from a very good Atlanta race IRL in the NASCAR Cup Series. Congratulations to Daniel Suarez, by the way.
yes, and now we are going on with our second race of the evening. It is the Fanta Cup Series at Talladega as they head into the restart. Well, the restart zone. Now we are green here at Talladega.
And here we go, Muff with the better start, trying to get away from that 78 already. Here comes Slinky, gonna try and take second from, trying to make the pass to take second from Quad Kid Boy. He's currently trying to take third from Pavo.
75 is way too far out ahead. They're going to catch him before turn 3 for sure. And that's also the thing about pack racing is that even if you get too far out, when you get too far out ahead, those guys are going to reel you in and there's nothing you can do. But the best way to do it is by lifting so that they don't get a large enough run to pass you on the outside or wherever you may be.
Right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. But anyway, off turn 4, it looks like Moff is going to lead the first lap here at Talladega. Double file about 4 rows back and through the rest of the field. Now you see Nickname going 3 wide on Gaming Freak there. Almost. Nope, Gaming Freak's gonna tuck in line right there. Still double file as we reach lap 2. Moff still leads ahead of Slinky and Nikki and Gaming Freak. Those guys single file right there. Looks like
Surf.
pretty clean to start the race, and now Slinky goes low to try and take the lead.
Yep, and right now it looks like he'll have help from the AA of Gaming Freak. And now the 75 and 87 are setting ducks on the outside. As Slinky goes to the point here. We all know the most recent Super Speedway race we did, it was Slinky that parked it in victory lane, breaking a long winless streak. As now he will lead lap 2 here at Talladega.
You
It'll be nice.
saw,
Sorry, go ahead, Connor.
and I don't know if y'all spotted out there, but Quad Kid Boy, I believe, scraped the wall down the backstretch there on lap 2.
Yeah, well, I think that's gonna happen a few times, but really, it's not gonna have any effect on the drivers. That's just a part of the racing here. But anyway, you can see it's already starting to get 3 wide. Looks like pretty clean, 2 double file and a few rows. And now, pack kind of scattered. Here comes Zevel going for a second, 3 wide as Slinky tries to fend off the rest of the pack.
Now you'll see much 4 wide racing early, because we all saw what happened in the truck and shell race. Those guys went 4 wide, and it did not end well for any of them. But right now, these guys are doing a pretty good job, making it just 3 wide and minding their own business here.
Yep. And Zevel will clear for second place. That's going to allow him to chase down the 21 of Slinky, and is now a Quad Kid Boy goes into third. Still 3 wide for a lot of rows. As we're now on lap 4. Zevel trying to chase down the 21. He's got a run with a little bit of drafting help from Quad Kid Boy here. Will he take the run at turn 3? Yes. Here comes a 74 to the inside.
Gonna have help from 78 and 81 behind him. And now Zevel goes to the front here. He'll become the third different leader here today, but might not be for long. Here comes the 70F Quad Kid Boy down on the bottom right there.
Oh, Zevel tried to block, but he knew that the 78 was there.
Now
And
side by side through turn number 1.
Pavo got forced 3 wide there, and now the 23-7 teammates are working together. There's Quadruped and Arthur on the bottom right there helping each other. That's going to be another thing we're going to that's going to be a key part of the race. Teamwork for some of these teams. And now it's the 23-7 cars lined up on the bottom. 1-2 on the inside line.
as you see there, Arthur trying to go for the lead.
Oh,
But
never mind.
here comes Quadruped. He's going to pull it 3 wide heading through 3 and 4.
Right, as I said that. And
And they're
Zevel's
4 wide.
4 wide. This is not good.
4 wide there. Team owner, 23-7 team owner Zevel. You see there, he goes forward. He went way to the outside as Quadruped. Basically, think about it, the main underdog going for the lead. But here comes Patrick Miller now, help from Landon.
Yeah, Landon's cut right in front of Truexman here. Yeah, Patrick Miller. We know that he's had a fairly he had a stint with Penske that he hasn't really been too happy with, and that's because he's just.
You might want to keep an eye on the mid pack. There's 2 guys getting close contact. That's Ebenezer and Slinky, I believe.
Yeah.
And also you see Landon right there. He won last.
Into the wall goes the 81-21, and that's where it all started. Looks like 4, 5, maybe 6 cars involved as Slinky slides to the bottom of the racetrack on the apron, and that'll be the first cost of the day. Chase contender Pavo's involved. And Truexman will lead them back to the line to complete lap 6. Already a yellow flag here in Talladega. Let's take a look at what happened in turn 3.
And Slinky will go from leading on lap 2 to now going behind the wall on lap 6 here. As now,
yeah, as I mentioned, you had that close contact going on between Slinky and Ebenezer. They just weren't able to keep it off each other heading into turn 3.
Man.
Yep. And really just ran out of room for everyone else, and nowhere for any of these guys to go. Whoa, Jessica, huge miss right there for the 77.
Same of Gaming Freak right there. Hats off to those 2.
Boy, let's take another angle look at right here from the TV1 cam. And really, it's just going 4 wide on lap 6. It's not going to work out. And really, just such little room entering turn 3. Looks like Slinky and Ebenezer are just going to make contact right here. Looks like they kept it straight down the whole entire backstretch, but just could not make it once they got into the banking at turn 3. You see Slinky gets into the side of Ebenezer, and that sends him into the wall. Sends Ebenezer into the wall. Pavo around. Zevel also got huge damage. Yeah.
Yeah, same with Quad Kid Boy right there.
That is not good for the 74, and he was dead last in the point standings, in the chase standings actually, coming into this race, and he was 64 points behind Patrick Starr. You see on the inside of him there. But wow, what a turn of events for the 74 team. And it's really going to make that deficit worse.
Wow. As you mentioned, points leader Patrick Starr there almost got it in. He was up to get his way by it, and you see the 74 and 78 right there damage. That's just, well, not 78. I meant 74 there with damage. That's, even though he was last in the chase drivers, that's still.
Yeah, he needed a good run. He might get eliminated early if he keeps having bad runs like this.
Yeah, as I was going to say, that's good news for if you're somebody like the 13. Not to mention Pavo also got caught up in it.
We're already on board with the 74. Oh boy, just nowhere to go.
Yeah, nothing you could do really. It was just right in front of him, and so there was nothing you could do really.
And you see other chase contenders trying to avoid. That's Fnatic and Thunder there. But yeah, huge damage to the 74. I think he'll be out of the race with that.
Mm, yeah, I would say so.
That might
21
come
already
right
behind the
here.
wall. I would say probably expect Pavo to be out. Well, we'll take a look here.
Yep. And we are
Uh, I th I think he'll be fine for a little bit, but he might not make minimum speed.
yeah. And the minimum speed, you have to be at least 10 miles an hour within the leader speed to be able to keep racing. And we'll take some more angles um, of this crash right here with Ebenezer. That's, I think, 3 chase contenders involved in the accident. Riding over with the 19, just got hooked. Looks like minimal damage on the front end. You see Pole Sitter Moth right there in the Hornet's Nest. Luckily, he made it through. And we'll ride on board with the 25 next. And you got to think he'll be feeling good of being last because he had a big opportunity to make it through that, as did Fnatic just in front of him.
Yeah. And also, let's go on board with the 77 of
Oh, yeah.
Jessica. She had a
Got to do that, yeah. Yeah,
uh,
Jessica had a very, very anxious view of this. Here we go.
slows down, almost gets hit right there, and then
Whoa! Right across the front bumper. Saw Slinky. That was Slinky sliding down the racetrack. And we're under caution for the first time. As Truexpan will lead them back to the green flag. And yes, Pavo is out, like you mentioned, Moff. And so is the 74, as well as the 21.
And like I
that's
mentioned, that's good news for the 13.
Yeah, it is good news. So, I mean, those guys weren't really fighting him in points anyway. So he still has a few rivals in left in this race. Well, actually a lot, because, yeah, first through 6 in points right now are separated by only 9 points. So really, if
But hey,
anybody, it's gonna be a tight battle once
yeah,
we
but hey,
end this race.
the less rivals there are, the less you need to worry about.
Now Truexpan is leading.
now the last guy. Well, the lowest driver in the chase standings points that is still in the race is Legends. And we all know last time we were here, Legends got his first career win, a huge victory for him, of course, and maybe he could be the one that goes back to back here at this very track.
Yep.
But also Trixie up front here. And even last time we were here as well, he wasn't even in the race as he had to sit out due to an incident he had at Indianapolis.
Yeah, that was true. After he got suspended after a move that he made in Indianapolis, but it's still incredible to see how the season for the 56 is just turned around after missing a race. He has just come back and made tons of progress and really bounced back in a huge way.
Of course, you know that was last NASCAR fan. That would be his fill-in driver for that race.
Yep, and last NASCAR fan in the Shell Series, I meant, my bad. In the Shell Series, driving the 56 for Truex fan, and yeah, I think NASCAR fan has really served as Truex fan's reserve driver the whole season.
And chances. I'm not saying it's a possibility, he is still here. Trix fan did TFR did mention on social media that their boss is experiencing a little bit of sickness.
So yeah, hopefully he can make it through the race, and yeah, really he would still get the points since he started the race, but
Yep.
yeah, but he's